Howdy guys, this is CoreCat13, doing a post-commentary for the final episode of Psychonauts. Yeah, I should probably give a bit of an explanation for why I'm here, like, a day after I recorded this. It really is for a very simple reason. So, if you guys remember last episode, the game crashed on me, and I was so flabbergasted that it happened that I had literally nothing to say. I was just frozen in just all kinds of disbelief. Like, I can't fucking believe that that actually happened. So, I played through all of the meat circus after... Okay, I should mention one other thing. After the game crashed, and I rebooted the game, it turned out that, the game didn't save. Like, at all. Like, it didn't save anything past the, part where I was trying to save Lily. Like, just before the point of no return. The game didn't save at all. So, I literally had to play every single thing from rescuing Lily to the brain tank to the first part of the meat circus all the way back up to the second round with the butcher. I had to play that all over again. And it took a while to get back here. It actually didn't take as long as you would think. Like, I think the initial run of this particular stage took me about maybe 2 hours to get up to this point. But getting back up here actually took a lot shorter. I think it took less than an hour to get here. So I was actually, like, kicking some serious ass getting back up here. So it's legitimately amazing, like, what happens whenever you don't have to focus on commentating and you can just focus on trying to get through the hardest fuck stage. Which, yeah, the meat circus is certainly very hard. It lives up to expectations, and I died again because, of course, I did. I should explain what you're supposed to do here. What you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to use those, flaming... I'm not really sure what those are. I just call them missiles. You're supposed to use those flaming missiles and target the knee, and that's how he gets knocked down. You actually can't attack him anywhere else on his body, which I think is really dumb. You really should just target any part of his body, and I mean, getting hit with a missile would hurt. So you would think that would be enough to knock him down, but no. According to the research that I did while trying to get back up here, you're supposed to target his knee, and that's how he gets knocked down. It's pretty stupid, but, what are you gonna do? And I just whooped his sorry ass. Here, you get out of here. You get out of here, you bastard. And now we finally get to figure out who it is! Hello there, how are you? Ladies and gentlemen, meet Augustus Aquato. His, yeah, that's Raz's real dad right there. He's the guy that's actually been trying to communicate with us through the combined mind space all this time. And now he gets to see how Raz sees him. I don't think he likes it.
I don't hate
Well, to be fair, he didn't even know you were psychic until now, so... yeah. See, even Raz is just trying to figure this out. I love that the whole him being safe thing is, like, secondary to him being happy. It's funny. And I love that he's offended that his psychic version of himself doesn't have enough hair. It's such a dude thing to say. That's so funny. But it's about to become less funny, because... oh my! That's what he said. Alright, so a bit of a fun fact that I learned while doing research after finishing Psychonauts. Turns out that this version of Mental Augustus actually has a pentagram on his head, which... in case you guys aren't aware, his current version actually doesn't have a pentagram. Like, when he's not fused, he doesn't have a pentagram on his head. But in this version, he does. Apparently, that was just something that he had in his previous incarnation, like, in the, like, early version of the game. So he was supposed to have a pentagram on his head, which I find very interesting. Also, I got a game over. Oh, well. Big surprise. I got a game over at the final boss. Yeah. Fortunately, the game is nice enough to not force you to have to refight the second phase of the damn butcher fight. Although, actually, if you get a game over at the butcher fight, you actually will restart on that boss fight. So, I mean... if you've saved, I should say, or as long as the game is powered on, you should be able to restart at any boss fight that you, yeah. Now, a strategy that I found out about is that you actually can dodge a lot of his attacks, because he only really tries to attack you if he sees you. So if you turn intangible, he actually won't attack you. It's very interesting, the things you find out. Anyway. I find it somewhat ironic that, this boss fight is actually really easy. Like, it is so much, like, it's very tension-filled, like, whenever you're just normal Raz, but... this boss fight is actually easier than, the second phase of the Butcher boss fight, because... with the Butcher boss fight, you have additional projectiles trying to kill you while you're trying to dodge his flaming, meat shears there. But in this boss fight, all you have to do is just dodge him, and he's perfectly fine. Also, no, I don't know why I didn't actually go and try to grab the health there, but anyway. Hasta la bye-bye, you damn bastard. And just like in Black Velvetopia, the world, after you defeat said boss, actually starts to change and will shrink and yada yada yada. And now we're outside of the caravan. How about that?
Bunnies, no meat.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, if I went through all that nonsense and I saw a rabbit, I'd be terrified too.
There you go. Good little bunny. Hey,
Okay, little Maury there is totally Oscar. He would be that happy to see a bunny.
no problem, little Oli. Bye-bye. Wave goodbye, Mr. Bun.
Okay, now he sounds like me whenever I'm holding a cat. I love how nonchalant he is about saying that. Oh, we're separating the brains. This part right here is kind of funny.
Tell me about this Lily person.
Well, he is definitely getting a hold on his psychic powers again, which I actually have a lot of questions about that. So in Psychonauts 2, he's trying to get reacclimated to his psychic powers, and clearly is having a lot of problems with them. But in Psychonauts 1, it's as if he hadn't forgotten how to use his psychic powers. So I just want to know, is that a plot hole, or did they just simply forget about that? I don't know, it's weird.
And I know I, for one, learned plenty. Thanks to that guy right there.
This part right here just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
We endeavor to build strong minds here, with the power to lift things, to see things, to burn things. But
I love that face he made whenever he said burn things. That was fun.
Psychonauts. This young man has it. We did not give it to him. He got it from someone else, long before he came here.
So happy.
But
Oh man, even Bobby started crying with that. That's
to
great.
honor his mind, his courage, and his heart. Son, we do not normally ask this of someone so young.
But because the plot says that I have to do it, I present you with this!
Will you be a psychonaut?
Even Bobby, what the fuck? And he loses the helmet. And we get the final badge of the game. The Psychonauts badge. And we don't get any special powers. Also, he has a big forehead, let me tell you. I should also mention that, no, he does not retain that outfit in Psychonauts 2. Kind of sad, but whatever. He looks pretty damn good in that outfit, too.
Hey, the summer's not over yet. We can hang out for a couple of weeks still. My family's out on the East Coast. Where's yours? They move around a lot. Well, you'd better go. Your dad's waiting for you.
Like, hey son, how you doing?
Well, bye.
That's adorable. I love that. Yeah, buddy, go get it. So happy. And now so sad. Poor Raz.
Children, it's an emergency. There's been another kidnapping.
I was here the whole
Fortunately,
time.
they actually get...
Saw me.
No, you know who it is, and
Thank
that's
you
what
for
scares
that,
us.
Ori.
Kidnapped.
Fortunately, they get to stick together a little bit longer and into the second game, because
Teleport this
shenanigans.
many of us back to headquarters?
Huh? What? Hey, what are you people doing in my kitchen? Now get!
Guess we're taking the jet.
I actually don't know if he's being legit right now, or if he's just, like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, if... It would be like Ford to just be like, just to sarcastically be like, get the hell out of my sight. He's just a cranky old man. That's why I like him. This is another really sweet scene.
I've taught you everything I can, son. Now, you go show them. Show them all.
Let's go.
And thus the rhombus of ruin can happen. Yay! I probably will not cover the rhombus of ruin because it requires the PSVR, but it is a thing that happens and it gets covered in Psychonauts 2. And now we have credits. Okie dokie. Well, that was quite something, let me tell you. So, final thoughts on the project. The Meat Circus fucking sucks. That's all I can really say about the Meat Circus. It fucking sucks. But overall, I have mixed opinions on Psychonauts. I mean, let's start with the positives first. The positives for Psychonauts are the art style. The art style is fantastic. I'm trying hard not to burp right now, to be honest. The art style is unlike anything I've ever seen in a video game. It is very reminiscent of Jonan Vasquez or Henry Selick. It really does feel like a stop-motion film turned into a video game. It's freaking amazing. The music and voice talent in this game is wonderful. Particularly the voice talent. I mean, as you saw there, you had some pretty strong, awesome folks like, well, I don't know, Steve Bloom, Tara Strong, Richard Stephen Horvitz, and the works. It's all really damn good stuff. It's freaking awesome. I actually do own the soundtrack to Psychonauts. And it's a really good soundtrack. It definitely puts you into kind of a summer campy kind of mood. It fits the tone of Psychonauts being a very unconventional kind of game, if you know what I'm talking about. Another thing that I really, really love about Psychonauts is the fact that it avoids so many normal tropes of 3D platformers, particularly in the stages. Like, none of the stages that I've seen fit into any particular standard genre. Like, there's no grass level, there's no desert level. They're all unique and so strange. And that's something that actually continues into Psychonauts 2 as well, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you. Thank you for avoiding so many of these damn tropes. The camp is a really interesting, it's a very interesting hub world. It's very different. I love the warped terrain and stuff like that. It's a really fun thing. However, there are a lot of negatives I do have about Psychonauts. Like, at least for the port to PSN, I am not a fan of how stiff the controls can feel at times. I hate how annoyingly often the game doesn't give pertinent information to the player, which is a double-edged sword, I know, but still, it's very dumb that it doesn't tell you some things, like the fact, I don't know. The Thorny Towers climb is pretty damn annoying, and of course, the infamous meat circus. It definitely, like, some parts of the game definitely reek of the game's rushed development, which thankfully the sequel fixes almost every single one of these problems, and I can't wait till we get there, but judging the game on its own, it does lower my opinion of the game, unfortunately. That's not to say I don't enjoy the game, but let's just say that it's gonna be a while before I touch Psychonauts again, just simply for that final level being as bastardly as it is. Although there is a bit of information that I do actually have regarding, like, some of the early videos in the project. You know that issue I was actually having with the controls in the PC port? Well, turns out, or not the PC port, the Steam port, turns out that's actually a known bug that has never been patched out. As it turns out, for some strange reason, the Steam port of Psychonauts is known to actually fuck with the controls. I think probably because it's basically a port of the original PC version, or it may be a port of the Xbox version, but up-res. So it's still programmed to think that it's an Xbox game, which is a really, really stupid thing. And to prove it, I actually have played other games on Steam that do not have this issue. I played A Hat in Time, and I played Undertale, and I played a few other games. None of them had that issue. It's only Psychonauts that has that problem. So if you're going to get Psychonauts, I would advise get it through GOG or something. That way you don't run into that issue. And be sure to take care of your controllers. But anyway. So that bugaboo being noted, what is my overall ranking of Psychonauts? With the art direction and all the positives, all the humor and stuff balanced out with some of the stupid shit toward the end of the game, I unfortunately, like, if I had to rank it from like 1 to 10, I'd say Psychonauts falls into maybe a 7.5. Like, I really did not want to rank it as low as I did, but Psychonauts just, it has too many issues, in my opinion. And a lot of the, you know, the art direction and stuff, it makes it a little more difficult for, like, new players to get into it. And even returning players probably are gonna have a lot of bugaboos with the original Psychonauts. So if you want the Psychonauts experience, my advice would be, yeah, play Psychonauts 2. It's much better. You get the same feeling, but with a better art direction alongside it. But one final update that I think is very interesting is the fact that Psychonauts is actually going to be re-released on modern hardware in physical form alongside Psychonauts 2, finally getting a physical print. If you pre-order it right now through limited run games, you actually can get a physical print of both Psychonauts 1 and 2. It's going to be released in December. However, it is pretty pricey. The combined package is $100+. So if you have that much money to burn, then, well, there you go. You get 2 Psychonauts games for the price of 1. So, anyway. All that being said, I think that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the project. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys later. I will see you guys in Banjo-Kazooie. So, until then, I've been CoreCat13, that woman with the deep voice, signing out. See you in another life. Bye.